Hello and welcome to our fundraising video. We are here to share with you more specific detailed information about each of our programs. Today's featured program is the Great Start Family Support Program. I'm Abby Bordner, the Vice President of Resource Development for United Way of Santa Fe County, and this video is for you, our community supporters, our donors, the people that support our work so that you can understand more deeply how we are impacting over 3,000 families a year. And specifically, the program Great Start Family Support is a add-on home visiting program that's been at United Way for about 6 years. We got a grant from CHRISTUS St. Vincent to do follow-up home visiting for families with newborn babies. After we had done firstborn for about 5 years in Santa Fe County, the nurses overwhelmingly gave us the feedback that all parents need home visiting when they leave the hospital with a newborn. Firstborn is specifically targeting first-time parents, and the nurses and the pediatric nurses said we really want to send the patients home with the possibility of getting a follow-up home visit because you can be discharged from the hospital 24 hours after delivery, 3 days if it's a cesarean birth, and there is a lot of changes and questions that happen once you get home from the hospital. So our Great Start program was designed and created within United Way of Santa Fe County. I'm fortunate to have been part of the creation of this program, writing some of the curriculum, and one of the first home visitors to launch the program. And really amazing to see how this level of immediate postpartum support can change families' experience in those first 3 to 4 weeks. So this program targets the first 30 days after a newborn, and it can be up to 3 visits with a home visitor who has training in breastfeeding support, identifying maternal depression, identifying resources that might be necessary for a family, and overall just giving more in-home support for families with newborns. So it's a great program. We have seen improvement in breastfeeding rates. CHRISTUS was also interested in our rates of preventing readmission to the hospital due to feeding problems or jaundice. And we, in the first year alone, proved that we could prevent up to 5 or more readmissions in a year with our home visiting. And that alone saves the hospital enough money that they could fund our program entirely for support to all families. So you will be hearing from some of the families that receive services. Veronica is here, and she is a home visitor. She'll share with us about her job. And we're also here with Barb Brand, our board chair and longtime supporter of our programs at United Way of Santa Fe County. So enjoy our program today featuring the Great Start Family Support Program. Great, so Veronica, let's start with you. Veronica Aymacanya is our home visitor and has been with United Way for quite a while. Veronica, tell us about yourself and the home visiting program.
Oh, thank you, and thank you, Barb, for being here. Yeah, so I am from Quito, Ecuador, and I have been living in Santa Fe for about 15 years, and I studied cultural anthropology in college, and I went to school of massage here, so I am a massage therapist, and I really enjoy that connection with the doula postpartum that I did after, and I am a CLC too, a certified lactation counselor, and I'm going to the next level next year. So yeah, that is what I am right now. I am a mother of 2 children, one 9-year-old boy and a 4-year-old a girl. And yeah, one of them is at home doing online school right now. And my other one is blessed. There you are, Abby. You're mute.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm sorry. I think there may have been something wrong with our connection there, but we'll just keep going. Thank you, Veronica. And I will mention, just because I know you, that your children have also participated in our early learning center at Connie, and Maru was at our pre-K when it was over at Aspen School. So not only are you a great home visitor, that you are a parent who's experienced some of our programs, which is always a nice combination because you have that perspective as well.
Totally. Yes. Yeah, I think we also have the perspective of course, being a mother, of seeing how, the teachers have been really involved and present with, like, especially these changes, but before too, right? But before we're so present and so involved. And now with the changes, I don't know, I have been moved to see them loving these kids and loving what they do. So that is my perspective too. So I love United Way because of all of those.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So tell us about the Great Start program. How does a family get involved? How do we connect with families that need services? And what happens when you get a referral?
Okay, so we receive the referrals from sometimes prenatal providers. Some of the outreach work that we do with prenatal meetings or prenatal classes, prenatal groups. That is one way. The other way is when the babies are born. So the hospital will send the referral to us directly. And then we will see them in like day 2 or 3, right? Until the first 2 weeks. The other way we get referrals is through midwives and through friends, right? Sometimes is a self-referral too. You can go to the webpage, oh, my friend talked about this program, I will love the services. So that's what we receive the referral. After that, we call them, right? We reach to them, we send a text, we leave a voicemail. We usually, we receive good feedback and good reply. And they usually reply. Sometimes they are super busy, but they know that this support will actually calm some of the questions they had. Or, oh, is this normal? What is going to happen? Why my baby's crying so much? So when they actually talk to us, they are like, oh, okay. So it seems like that confidence, right? That lower stress boost everything immune system, and everybody, the experience is more pleasant. So in order to have that, you kind of really need to support yourself and be kind to yourself. So that is something that we do. Hold that space, encourage them, right? Cheerleader them, like, you guys got this. Or if we see something, right? Or I also know the power of the boundaries that we have. Sometimes if we see something, we refer them out. We refer them to counseling, to many mothers, to all of the other agencies that also have some extra support. We work in a very good team in Santa Fe. I am really blessed that Santa Fe has all of those connections. And then we follow up usually, right? We follow up, and sometimes they don't need another visit from us, but we know that they got the support, navigation, food distribution at this point, applications for pre-Ks. Like every family is unique. And also, I am proud of being bilingual, so I support also Spanish-speaking families. And some of these families have their second baby or their third baby. They also have the right to receive the service. And usually they have a completely unique, different navigation, right? They need other things to be supported with. So there is, if they engage, if they actually follow up, usually they reach their goals. So that is the magic thing about all of the resources and the connection with Great Start. Yep.
Yeah, it's such a great service, and so many people I know that have had babies say, "Gosh, that just sounds like something everyone can benefit from." And this program is universal access, meaning that you don't have to have risk factors or be identified as somebody who needs resources. Everyone is eligible for free home visits with information and support. And so we have a lot of partnering agencies, like you mentioned, Veronica, the hospital being one, prenatal providers, classes. We get a lot of people. You can also just go to our website, uwsfc.org, and fill out a referral form for yourself. So if you know someone or you have a friend or a family member who could benefit from these services, please, it's easy to get in touch with us and we are happy to help, especially because so many people need that extra support if it's with breastfeeding problems or sometimes, like you said, just encouraging them, letting them know what their experience is normal, giving them a plan if they need more support or information, if they need to follow up. And then, of course, more complicated breastfeeding issues, if the pediatrician's concerned about weight gain or feeding, then you also have that expertise that you can help them get through those bumpy first couple weeks and get back on track with breastfeeding if that's what their goal is. And so much of the health information we have now shows that that's just really beneficial to offer support and information so that people can breastfeed as long as they desire and give that nutrition and immune support to their baby. I actually am going to show a quick video of families who received home visits. Great reference our great home visitor named Sarah in the video, who no longer works for United Way, but she was a great asset to our program and helped build the reputation of our program. And so we're really grateful for that. And we have exceptional home visitors now continuing the work. So I will share now a short video together, and then we'll come back.
When we first came home, it was totally different because I was in the NICU with her for the first month of her life. She had to learn how to nurse, and I had to learn how to feed her. It wasn't something that was just instantaneous because she was so early.
I was sick the entire 9 months of pregnancy. I had a hard labor, and I was in the hospital for about 4 days. And in that time, my milk didn't come in.
I think I got a little bit of the postpartum blues. And that was really hard because I knew in my head that it was probably just the hormones adjusting, but it was just a feeling that was just hard to kind of get through.
At first it was hard because he didn't want to latch on correctly.
Whether it's your first baby or your third, we provide home visits in the first weeks after the birth to any family in Santa Fe County.
You have so many questions in those first few days. Are you doing things right? Are they eating enough? Is this normal? That's probably the biggest question I would ask. Is this normal for the baby to be doing?
It was after we came home, after we'd been home for about a month and a half, that I really started needing the help because I was worried that she wasn't getting enough milk.
It's a whole different life, so you have questions, and it's nice to have somebody to talk to and give you answers and be able to help you.
You think you know what you're going to do, and you think you have this plan, and you want it to go a certain way, and it never turns out that way. And so when something goes wrong, you freak out and you don't know how to deal with it. And so having someone come to your house who can provide that extra, security and the reassurance that you're doing everything right.
She also showed me different techniques on breastfeeding, which was helpful.
And so to have a home visitor come and visit you at home where you're comfortable, because you don't really want to go out a lot after you just had a baby. And you don't really want to take the babies out either. So to have someone come to your house and be able to answer those questions is super helpful.
She showed me a lot of resources that we had throughout our community that I was not aware of myself. And she also gave me different techniques to bond with my son. Just a great experience.
What I would say to a friend to encourage them to get a home visitor is, even though you might have a lot of great women around you that have gone through, having children and raising children, they've forgotten a lot of what it's like in those first few days. And having someone like Sarah come in just to help with those things that are so brand new to everybody really around was extremely helpful.
We want to empower and reassure your family. We listen to your concerns, and we bring information to have those first weeks go more smoothly for you and your baby.
really love hearing how it benefits the families. You can see the confidence in those parents and beautiful, healthy babies. It's always fun to see that. Such a special time to be involved in people's lives and offering support that's really meaningful. So I'd like to shift next to Barb Rand, who is also on our call today. And Barb is a longtime supporter of our work and currently our board chair. Welcome, Barb. I'd love for you to just start by introducing yourself and telling us why you choose to support United Way of Santa Fe County.
Very good. Hi, everyone. Veronica, Abby. I love that video. That was great to watch. Thank you, Abby. I've lived in Santa Fe full-time since 2012. And actually, my husband and I started coming up to Santa Fe in 2000. We were formerly in the Bay Area in California. We also are so blessed because our son, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandsons live up in Santa Fe right down the street from us right now, which during the pandemic is life-saving at the moment because we get to see them regularly. So I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother. My son is about to turn 47 next week, and I have 2 grandsons, 12 and 9, who are a big part of my life. And I've been a community volunteer in various nonprofit organizations for a very long time. But what is most near and dear to my heart is early childhood. Coming out of college, my first job was as a preschool teacher. So, this goes back a very long time. This is what I have felt is so important to be involved in. I have to put a pitch in for a great start. I was 24 years old when my son Lee was born. We lived in upstate New York, my husband and I. Really, we had friends, but no family nearby. And I so wish I could have participated in a program like Great Start, especially in those first few months. I was young, I was inexperienced, and you do have so many questions and concerns and insecurities when you bring your first child into the world. And it all worked out okay. He's a great guy, but I think something like a Great Start program is incredible for that we make that available to people. And I'm so proud to be part of an organization that does that for our community. What else can I tell you? Thank you, Abby.
That's wonderful, Barb, and we definitely appreciate your support. It means so much, and to have our board, who are a group of advocates for this work and really helping to spread the word about the impact we have on the families we serve. And so I want to give you a little bit of information about the Great Start program. It essentially costs about $500 per family to receive the 3 visits in the first month. And so we are asking our donors to consider sponsoring a family or more than one family to receive the Great Start program. Now that you know a little bit more about the detailed support, information, guidance, resources that are offered and how valuable that is during a vulnerable time in parents' lives, I just want you to consider investing in this program in a way that supports $500 per family to get what they need. And certainly Veronica had mentioned some families need a little and other families need a lot. So we are there to meet the need. And we enjoy working and partnering with other organizations, the hospital being one of them, who highly supports our work and uses it as part of their prevention platform. Please consider supporting this great program. And I appreciate your time today learning about the Great Start program. We have one special video to end our session today, and it's just for you, our donors and community supporters. Thank you so much.
support. Thank you for all you do for our children. Thank you for your donations and your time. Please keep helping out when you have time. This is our future right here, our future leaders. Yay! Gracias.
Gracias a la maestra por cuidar a mis hijas y enseñarle a mis hijos también.
You, our donors, are our lifeblood. We couldn't do this work without you. Thank you so very much from United Way of Santa Fe County.
Barb, I think Abby had some problem with her connection.
I think so there, yeah.
Okay, good, because you're good.
There, is she back?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure she can. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't, it's like, I just never prepare for these things and I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. But as you started talking about Great Start, I thought it really took me back to when my son was born. And
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow. You know that I was already working in the program when I have my 4-year-old daughter. And when I had her, I was clueless, about things. So Jeanette, this woman that used to work at United Way, came to visit, and it changed how I felt.